Let's run it back.
Everyone, how are you? Are you fine? I hope you are fine. I'm teacher Kabada. Today's lesson is about strategies to develop vocabulary words. What are some of the key points to understand or to build our vocabulary knowledge? So these are the key ways or strategies. So we'll try to see one by one by giving some more examples. So the first one is what's called guessing words from the context. It means, how do you guess it mean? How do you guess the words from the given reading text? So we have some strategies here. So to guess the meaning of the word this, what the word represents in a given context, so we have to just use the first thing should be clue it mean. So clue is very important here, which is important to give ways or hints how everyone is going to give the contextual meaning of the vocabulary words. So without clue, maybe it is quite difficult to understand or to read the meaning of the words. So clue plays a very important role, especially for vocabulary meanings in a given context. So if I say this, how can just we find clue? The first one is by examples. We can get clues. Second, by synonyms. And the third one is by antonyms. And the fifth one is what's called compare and contrast. Compare and contrast. And the other one is summary. And the other very important is typographical signals. Typographical signals, which is punctuation mark. These are the key ways of getting clue from the reading materials or any reading materials or any reading texts. So examples which support for the underlined words. So we find the examples, we read the examples. That examples give us clues to define the meaning of that underlined words. So clue can be found by examples or stated by examples. And the other one is synonymous words which have the same meaning with the nonsense words, which is the difficult words in the reading text. So synonyms are in the reading text. So we have to just find out the synonym words. So having these synonym words in a text, we can also define the meaning of that context vocabulary. So clue is found by synonyms. The other one is antonyms, words which are opposite in meaning. So the meaning of that word, that underlined word is written, so we can find it is antonyms or opposite. So clue can be just underlined by antonyms. The other very important point here is comparing and contrast. It means words which have similar meaning with the underlined word and words which are contrasting, opposite meaning with the underlined word. So clues can be found by comparing and contrasting. And the other one is summary. As words can be, the meaning of the words can be just written or can be stated in a summary form. That summary form may give clues about to understand the vocabulary words. So clues can be found in summary form. The other very important part is typographical signals, which is punctuation marks, especially for the comma here and the parenthesis and the dash. These are very important typographical signals, which is function does to give clues for the underlined words. The words can be separated by a comma, so we can just find that word which are similar meaning with the underlined. So we can get just clue from this by typographical signals. And the other, which is parenthesis, or the word is enclosed in parenthesis. So this function does a clue, so we can find this as a clue. The other is dash here. Dash is also one part, 1 point, one strategy which helps us to get a clue to guess for the underlying words. On the whole, these are very important points that we consider to underline or to get a clue to define about the vocabulary words. So here is to guess the meaning of the words, we depend on first clue. So clue plays a great role to guess the meaning of words. So we have to just develop or use these clues in defining the nonsense words. So this is the first one. The second thing that we should use is practicing the words by affixation. Practicing, the more you practice, the better you develop your vocabulary neurology. How can you practice? Affixation, it means, all right? Affixation, which consists of both prefix here, prefixes, and here is suffixes, yeah? Suffixes, which comes before the root word, here, and here before the root word, and here after the root word, here. So here, if you insert any kind of prefix before the root word, it changes the meaning. It changes the meaning of words. Meaning of words, yes. For example, here is some prefixes here: pejorative prefix, reversative prefix, reversative prefixes, and also negative prefixes, and conversative prefixes. These are some of the prefix types here. Pejorative, which especially kind of prefixes was cause male or just this actually, yeah, which is a prefix kind. Male treated, example here. Male treated. Male means wrongly. Its meaning is wrongly, it means. So male treated, wrongly treated. Male nutrition, which is wrongly, no, full of nutrition, it means. So these are the meaning is wrongly. So we can say these kind of prefixes are pejorative prefixes. And the other reversative, the reverse of the positive meaning, and negative, which has negative meaning, and conversative, the converse of the positive meaning. So these types of prefixes are very important for understanding prefixes of words. For example, here, il, this, nen, and a, and im, and here is, these are some of the prefix types here. If you want to just add here illegal, which is illegal, legal, which is positive meaning. If you add the prefix ill, which is negative feeling. So you practice on this way to get the meaning of this illegal means. What is the root word here? Legal. What is the prefix here? Ill. If you just remove this one, legal, which is positive meaning, governed by law. If you say just illegal, the opposite of governed by law. Illegal, not governed by law, it means, right? And the other, un plus happy, which is unhappy. Unhappy, if you just seize out this word, positive meaning happy, unhappy, which is not happy. So we can just find the meaning is on this way. So practicing means by adding a kind of different suffixes, we have to just understand the meaning of that vocabulary. So this one is one way of improving our vocabulary. And the other one is suffixes. We can add these suffixes after the root word. It changes the form. Changes the form. The form of the forms, but not the meaning of the word. It changes the part of speech, not the meaning of the word here. So if you just add here, which is called, for example, product here, product, I can add productive, productive. This one is a noun, and this one is IV changes into an adjective here, productive. If you add here, another one, eat, which is a verb, eatable, which is an adjective. And here is fees, which is called work here. Work is a noun, workable here, workable. So this suffix changes the forms of or the part of speech, but they never change the meaning of the words. It means the meaning of the words. So we always practice by adding suffixes to understand, to define, to underline the meaning of the vocabulary words. Let me give you here one example here. Unproportional, it means that is unproportional. If you just unproportional, unproportional, yeah. This is a vocabulary word, yeah, which is constructed in a sentence, unproportional. So we can categorize this word here, and which is a prefix, proportion here. And proportion, which is a noun, proportional, which is an adjective. So we can categorize these words into these ones, prefixes and suffixes. Our aim is to define what is unproportional mean. Unproportional means, which is called not proportion. Not proportion, it means, yeah? Not proportion. So we can just give the contextual meanings of unproportional by practicing the words into a fixation, which is by separating the prefix with the root word, by separating the suffix with the root word, so we can just define the meaning of the words on this way. This is very much helpful to understand the meaning of the vocabulary. So we always practice these words in an easy way, which is not difficult to understand, to treat for the meaning of the vocabulary word. The other very important word is here, grouping words in some meaningful way. What does grouping word mean? We can just group that vocabulary words that we are going to define with the words which are the same meaning, it means, all right? Which are the same meaning. So this is one way which we always develop this strategy, and which is we attach with in our hand. So we can just use these grouping words, whatever we do, whatever we read, whatever we go, because this is our strategy. All right, grouping means we can group these words in types. Types, or maybe by examples or kinds, examples, or ways, or parts, or can say names. Grouping is in many different ways, yeah. We can group the words in types, yeah. Maybe just here, you can just some more examples that refers about types. Yeah, for example, bicycle, on taxi, or lorry, and cab here, cab. Yeah, these are what's called types of what? Transport. If you just want to just define this cab mean, you can just group this cab with the types of transport, which is bicycle, taxi, lorry, and some more types of just called transport here. So this is one way of grouping words to give the meaning of that kind. It means kinds means you have to just list some words which are grouped under kinds. It means so list kinds which can be here, and examples. It means yes. Here is fruit. An example: lemon and papaya, apple, and orange here. So these are examples of fruits. Here are examples of fruits. So examples are one way of grouping words. So we have to just have this strategy. Ways of improving, yeah, example ways. Reading magazines, or listening BBC News, practicing, yes, ways of improving. So these are the ways, we show ways. And the other parts, yes, parts it means. Here is carburetor, maybe pedal, and seat belt here. Seat belt, SE. Yeah, carburetor, you know, the carburetor is maybe a kind of word, and pedal is a kind of word, and seat belt is a kind of word, which are part of a car. So if you want to just define this carburetor, you have to group this carburetor with such kinds of parts it means. So parts it mean. The other kind, which is example, types here. Types, yes. One is snails, lizards, was called lizards, and some other kinds of reptiles, yeah. Because snails, lizards, and some others. So these are types of insects. All these are grouping words. So grouping words are important to get the meaning of the words. So we have to group the words on this way, please. So this is the very important part. The other very important is association of words with the word that we have already known. Association means associate, collocation of words, or association of one word with the other words. So one is sound association, and the other is form association, and the other is meaning association, yes? The meaning association. So we have to have these ways of association. One is sound association. So web is associated with sound Weber. Weber. So Weber has the same meaning with this Weber. So I can associate this web with the sound Weber. Web and Weber. So these are examples for associating with sound association. You can just group sound, just words with sounds of names, sounds of objects, sounds of animals maybe. So you have to have just a way to define that word. Does it mean? The other word is form association. For instance, work here, to work and working, working, and worked here, and works here. And you see, I want to just define work, so I can associate this word in form association, to work, working, worked, and works, and something like that. Yeah, these are form association. So we can associate this word with the other words which have the same meaning. So by associating this word on this way, we have to have some knowledge of vocabulary words. The other one is meaning association. We have to associate the words. Look here, work means stagger, yeah? Work means stride. Work means tiptoe. I can just continue on this way, yes. I want to define what work, so I can associate the meaning of word is this stagger and stride and tiptoe. But the meaning of or the degree of working for this word is different, but this word have the same association with stagger, stride, and tiptoe. So I can associate this word with meaning because they have almost close meaning, but the degree or the way that we work is maybe different here, possibly meaning association. Totally, these key strategies are very important, so we have to just have an everyday practice to improve our vocabulary knowledge. This is all about vocabulary knowledge. I hope you will use this strategy in everyday reading activities. This is Teacher Kabara's presentation. Don't forget to subscribe and like my channel. Thank you very much.